Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. It's Friday the 29th, and let me start by saying, as always, we're glad to have you with us. Let me follow that by saying there's an impossibility of getting all of the programming on tonight, all the news and headlines that we have on tonight's show. Already in the works before the 5 o'clock hour or so was coverage of last night's doubleheader with the Lady Hornets and Johnson Central Eagles and Golden Eagles here at home. Some exciting high school basketball highlights and information to bring you there. Coverage of last night's Board of Education meeting, some serious announcements and information coming from that meeting and that report as well. In addition to some other reports we've also obtained, I have this evening court documents that indicate or seem to confirm that there will be more indictments in regards to the ongoing investigation into election or vote fraud that's already seen the indictment of 4 individuals, including Magistrate Gary Rooster Reisner. I'll share those with you in just a few moments. And I am sadly just back in from the field after covering what appeared to be a vehicle versus pedestrian incident. However, it is now being confirmed as a crime scene, as the victim is telling authorities that he was intentionally run over by another individual who police were looking to question and may have actually already had some information pertaining to. He's been identified by the victim, allegedly, as well as authorities at this time who have confirmed that they are seeking an individual who ran over another on Route 30 just a few moments ago. I'll take you to that scene, and as you can imagine, more than likely we'll have to leave out some programming in order to get that and other headlines in. So please bear with me. My seat time in front of the camera will be void tonight, so we can bring you as much news as possible, and I'll pick it up with this headline in front of you in just a few moments. Court documents that do indicate that there are further indictments imminent into the ongoing investigation into election fraud here in McGoffin County. I'll pick that up in just a few moments. For high-speed internet starting at 15 meg for all of your gaming, movie, home, and business solutions, or to watch TV, including your favorite local channels without a contract, with hundreds of channels and digital and HD quality, and to stay connected 24/7 with friends and family, a direct line to 911, or to give your business the link it needs, choose telephone service you know is always there. Just click on their link on this site to find out how affordable the latest technology in communications can be. Foothills Communications. Now for our first headline this evening, in the case of the United States versus Gary Rooster Reisner, Magistrate of District 1 in McGoffin County, Tammy Jo Reisner, Mason Daniels, and Scott Lynn McCarty, all charged with serious counts as it pertains to, of course, the election of November of 2015, several counts of vote buying and other charges. The case was being delayed, or continuance was being sought after, if you will, in regards to Tammy Jo Reisner's competence. They were going to see if she was competent to stand trial with the others. That was going to delay the trial. Since that revelation, we have been watching the case on pretty much a daily basis for any updates, and there was one today. An order issued by the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Kentucky in that same case identifies that the attorneys representing all 4 individuals were conferring with each other, trying to find a date that would be suitable for all of them and their calendars for a trial to begin. It was looking as though that was going to be pushing the case up and the trial up until sometime in mid-May or early June for all 4 attorneys to be able to be present at the same time for the same case. The order that I have in front of me, a portion of which you have in front of you, says that taking all that into consideration, and I'll read this as it states it, for the court's scheduling consideration and planning, and to avoid surprise, the United States now informs the court that a superseding indictment charging 1 or more additional defendants may be forthcoming. Pretty much indicating that the court is saying that with the revelation that the state plans on bringing, or the federal government plans on bringing forth further indictments against further individuals, that they are requesting that the court wait so that the trial can be held for all of those, and not just a portion of which now and a portion of which later. It also concludes in saying that in the event that the United States will seek an ends of justice continuance as to all defendants under statute on the basis that the law's preference for a joint trial of all defendants, coupled with the fact that no defendant is detained, outweighs the public's and the defendant's right to a speedy trial. This obviously does not indicate how many or who or any other details as to any other indictments that may be handed down. And while it uses terminology such as may be forthcoming, it is obvious that the court has been informed by the United States that they intend on charging one or more additional defendants with charges related to this case, and that there will be a superseding indictment at some point. In other headlines this evening, there was a call of emergency that came in sometime around 4 o'clock this afternoon on Route 30 in the parking lot of the medical clinic there, the veterinarian clinic, if you will. The initial call came in as a vehicle versus pedestrian. It was found to be a crime scene upon arrival of EMS and law enforcement. And what they found when they got there was a man identified as Tim May, who lives very near to this area and on Route 30, lying near the road with his pickup truck sitting some feet off of the road. You can see here the back glass was shattered. There was damage done to the vehicle. There were marks throughout the gravels that indicated that the truck had been hit, that a vehicle had left the scene in a hurry. May was still able to talk to emergency personnel and gave a name of an individual who he said ran him over. There was also an axe handle found at the scene and very near the road. 911 was alerted after a motorist passing by, actually a volunteer fireman with one of our county fire departments who wished to remain anonymous, when he and actually another vehicle saw May lying in the gravel. They stopped and called 911. Authorities arrived moments later. May was conscious and alert enough to tell authorities, as was confirmed by the sheriff, Carson Montgomery, that a man identified as J.R. Allen had run him over with a vehicle and then fled the scene. We are unsure and uncertain of any circumstances that may have led up to the situation. We can only confirm that Carson Montgomery had confirmed that Allen was the individual behind the wheel of the vehicle, believed to be a pickup truck that had struck May and then left the scene. May was in serious condition, suffered serious and possible life-threatening injuries to his head, to his torso, and other parts of his body after being run over by the vehicle. He was airlifted to the Pikeville Medical Center after a landing zone was established at the or near the Highlands Primary Care Center behind the Sagersville subway. That's all we have on his condition and the details surrounding the incident at this time, but we do have further headlines, and we'll get to those right after another message or two. More headlines. Right now, some important announcements. We'll narrow it to the most important of announcements tonight on our McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. Starting off with birthdays that are always important. Mandy Love of Royalton, happy birthday from your kids, from your family, from a whole lot of friends as well. We've been asked to wish you the very happiest of birthdays. And birthday wishes this evening also going out to Garletta Salyer Brown. Happy birthday from a whole lot of family and friends. Happy birthday to you as well. And with so much other news to try to work into the program, let me stop the calendar announcement simply by saying this is how you get them on the program. I don't have any pressing for this weekend, so we can forego those that I have for next weekend, a little thereafter. But if you want your announcement, birthday, or anniversary on the program, doesn't cost a dime, doesn't cost a penny. All you got to do is get them to us. Mail, email, Facebook, phone, fax. Drop them off at the newsroom. And remember, you can always catch programming. Our website is back up and running. I say that with full intentions of hoping. Full intentions of hoping, that's pretty bad. Full intentions of it being that way. We think we have all the bugs worked out that we've had in our transmittal for a while. So yournewstoday.com, where you can catch the program the following day in case you missed it or need to catch it again. Turning to funeral service announcements this evening, a reminder, and also we sadly have a new announcement just in. The first, though, comes in honor of 80-year-old Barbara Ann Crace Arnott of Littorals Fork Road, who passed away on the 16th, survived by daughters Marilyn Jo Salyers and Jacqueline Minnick's. Visitation is after 5 this evening and prior to services that will be tomorrow morning beginning at 11 at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Services are to be held this Sunday in South Carolina in honor of 79-year-old Herschel Eugene Hall of Easley, Ohio, formerly of McGoffin County, the son of the late Garfield and Mary Hall. In Sagersville, he's survived by sisters Loretta Hamilton and Rose Holland. And at this hour, funeral services are yet to be announced in honor of 87-year-old Myrtle Hughes of Gun Creek Road here in McGoffin County, who passed away on today's date. Arrangements incomplete at this time, but to be announced soon on behalf of the McGoffin County Funeral Home. I'm going to sports in just a few moments, and a lot of exciting news there, but I just wanted to make one more call, and I did in the break there, to try to learn some more details about a McGoffin County man who appeared to have been run over and left for dead on Route 30. Tim May was found, as I told you just a few moments ago, in this parking lot at the veterinarian clinic on Route 30. Obviously ran over, and per his statement to authorities, that was also what he was alleged to have been a victim of. There was an altercation in this parking lot. There was also evidence at the scene that his truck had been struck by another vehicle. An axe handle was found, and he had serious and life-threatening injuries to his torso and his head and other parts of his body. He was airlifted to the Pikeville Medical Center, as I told you, I know, just a few moments ago, but I made another inquiry with local EMS personnel. They had no update on his condition, only that he was responsive still upon being flown out to the Pikeville Medical Center, where he was expected to be listed, of course, as a trauma patient. We'll not have any updates, of course, on the program until Monday, but just simply ask that you keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He also identified the individual behind the wheel of the pickup truck as J.R. Allen, as did Sheriff Carson Montgomery. Still no details on the incidents that led up to the possible altercation or him striking what appears to be May with the vehicle he was driving and then leaving the scene. Now, on to sports. I'm about 17 minutes into the program and may have just enough room for highlights from, an exciting night of basketball. That means that I've got a lot of school board coverage that we needed to pass along that we'll probably end up holding until next week. Let me go ahead and get into sports right now. We'll talk about that later and see how it works out. Leslie Howard, that's right, Leslie Howard, the latest member of the 1,000-point club. That's right, the senior forward was recognized last night. She had achieved this milestone in her athletic career during the game between the Hornets and Jenkins a few nights back, but was officially recognized for joining the 1,000-point club. That's right. What a year they've had. They've recognized two players, for a boy and a girl, for 1,500 points amassed in their career, that being Jazzy Howard and Trenton Russell, and now Leslie Howard. And now for a little, what I'll call tonight, reality TV. Because this is about as real as it gets. I leave a camera running at the Board of Education meeting just in time to get another one to the ladies' matchup last night. I get there, walk in the door, get set up with 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter. And this is when things also really started to heat up. I come in, Jazzy is at the line. She's shooting one and the bonus for a foul that was committed under Central's goal. She's at the line. She misses the one, and then in a struggle for the rebound off the rim, the refs tee up Lauren Preston. That's the second technical of the night for Central. I'm told the first was in the third quarter, called against Jayla Spurlock. So Leslie Howard then goes to the line to shoot the tee. She hits the second, and that puts McGoffin County still trailing 47-45. McGoffin County gets the ball back after the tee, but can't convert. And then in a struggle for the play, a foul on Alexis Montgomery, and the Lady Eagles go back to the line. That sends Jayla Spurlock to the line, where she's good for one of two, and that makes it a 48-45 Central lead. Jazzy rebounds off the second. She runs, and under the goal, she'll dish to Allie O'Hare. She's good for the basket, and that cuts it to a 1-point lead for Central. And after trailing 16 at the half, Montgomery gets a piece of a Central pass to O'Hare, back to Montgomery, an easy one off the glass, and the Hornets are up by one, 2:30 still left to go. And it's Lauren Salyer out to Bailey Daniel. Daniel drives in, it's up, and it's good. Then Central gets the ball back. Salyer gets the shot to go, gets a trip to the free throw line, but can't make it fall. Jazzy comes down with it, makes her way all the way down the court. It doesn't go, but Leslie Howard steps in, steps up, and makes it count. And for those of you keeping count, which is all of you, I'm sure, it's a 52-51 Central lead with about a minute and a half left. Central works the clock a little. Jazzy takes the foul. It's Salyer back to the line for one and a bonus. The one she doesn't get. And it's McGoffin County's ball. Central's lead by one and about 50 seconds to go. And now it's 29 seconds to go. They'll start after Allie O'Hare steps up to the line. She shoots the first. She shoots the second. And in a struggle for the ball, the coaches hear a timeout from McGoffin County's bench. And tied at 52 seconds with about 26 ticks on the clock, the Hornets work it down to about 10 when Jazzy starts her way in, and that foul will stop the clock at 6.8 to go. And if you thought any of that was the exciting part, hang on. Howard's back up to the line. Either of two free throws could seal the deal. There's only 6 seconds left on the clock. Jazzy shoots the first. It's off the iron. She steps up for the second. And it will follow the same path. Central nearly gets a hand on it. Jazzy comes down with it, goes up, and she'll get one more chance. A do-over, perhaps like none others. All that takes 3.8 seconds off the clock, and they're still tied at 52. And without me showing you all of the timeouts in between, Central has 3 seconds to work with, and this is the inbounds play. And with that, McGoffin County advances to 11-6, 3-1 in the district, and they also are at Paintsville tonight. Talk about a rough schedule this week for the Lady Hornets. The Lady Eagles from Johnson Central also 3-1 in the district after last night's loss. They're also 9-8 on the season. They're hosting Sheldon Clark tonight. No rest for the weary at 7:30. Now for the second part of last night's doubleheader. Time for round 2. In the first quarter of the second game, it was a 20-20 tie at the end of 8 minutes. That's after a 10-0 run in the last portion of that by the McGoffin County Hornets. Second quarter, same thing. It ends up 34-34 going into the half. Early in the third, the Hornets push it out to a 6-point lead. Then with 5:15 on the clock, still in the third, they're up by 9, 36-45. Overall, outscoring Johnson Central 19-14 in the third. Now we'll go to the fourth quarter for a series of threes. Trenton Russell for 3. 3 the hard way by number 3, Cole Crace. Tyler Fitzpatrick for 3. Lovely to Russell for 3. And a different play, same duo, same outcome. Later, Crace cuts into an 11-point Hornet lead with a monster 3. And he does it again when he comes up with a loose ball, gets a handle, drives in for 2. Crace didn't get the extra point on that play, but on the next one he did get under the goal just enough for Tyler Pack to put Central back in it by 4. And then 3. But a pass from Lovely to Isaac worth a second look. Was all enough for the Hornets to get their most important district win yet over the Eagles. The first win against Johnson Central for Coach Rob Russell, and the first win against Johnson Central since 2011. So to recap, Johnson Central was led by Mason Blair in scoring with 18 points. They had 13 deuces, 8 trays, 16 from 25 from the free throw stripe. McGoffin County was led by Trenton Russell with 31. Jaron Lovely with 12. They had 23 deuces, 5 trays, and they were 14 for 21 from the free throw line. The Eagles are now 11-8, 3-1 in district play. That was their first district loss. The Hornets are 12-5 on the season, 4-1 in the district. As for their next game, the Golden Eagles are at Sheldon Clark Monday, the rest of the weekend off, while the Hornets are hosting Pikeville tomorrow. It's an afternoon game, guys and gals, 3:30. Something fun to do on your Saturday. Game day is best enjoyed with your team feasting on all the flavor in our big game platter from Lee's. 75 pieces of crispy buffalo and hot and spicy wings, all white double dippers and finger strips, fried pickles, jalapeno poppers, cheese sticks, and mini corn dogs. This winning play feeds a team of up to 10, and it's only $34.99. And if you order and pay a day ahead, you can score one for just $29.99. Only at your Salyersville Lee's Famous Recipe. All right, I'm going to wrap it up real quick with your Licking Valley RECC forecast. I know, it's crazy. Snow still on the ground, not as much, obviously, but we do have a threat of severe thunderstorms across the Commonwealth and eastern Kentucky early next week. A strong cold front's going to give us that, but I will see you between now and then. It will be Tuesday night into your Wednesday. Thunderstorms are likely to develop. Could be some severe weather as well, but we're still too far out to be too awfully concerned, but keep that in the back of your mind because early next week, it will be a factor in your plans and maybe even in your safety. Who knows? Tonight, a low of 27, partly cloudy skies and a light wind. That's going to about sum up your Friday. Tomorrow, we've got 57 degrees, 38 on your Saturday, mostly sunny, partly cloudy late. A nice day. A nice deserved day, mind you. In the latter half of your weekend, sunshine still going to hang tough. So are the 60s. 62 degrees for daytime highs, accompanied by south-southwest wind, 6 to 10, maybe gusts upwards of 16 miles per hour. A bit breezy on your Sunday, but nice and certainly mild. Go a long way towards the melt. Sunday night, a low of 48 degrees. We do work in a chance of some showers late Sunday night into your Monday, where we got showers likely mainly before 9 a.m. Chances after that will start to diminish as Monday goes on. Temperature still well above average, 54, and nighttime lows well above freezing, so showers will be wet and not white. Tuesday, we're still holding on to mild conditions, 62 and 43, and some sunshine. We'll get a little bit of a break in between the next storm system or the next weather maker. Showers, possibly some storms late Tuesday night with 43 for your low. Wednesday, we'll see 51 and 26, maybe a little sun, maybe just enough to fuel some more severe weather. But that's what we'll talk about next Monday, as well as McGoffin County Board of Education coverage, an announcement by our superintendent of schools, and other information and news that I simply could not work into tonight's program. And we've also got an update on efforts to get a veterans nursing facility in McGoffin County. Another exclusive interview already in the can and bag and ready for Monday's program. For now, have a good weekend. We hope to see you then, and thank you for watching.